Good morning, children. Today I am welcoming you for the chapter 3 in that part 4 Earth Moments and Seasons. And the part 4 is temperature belts on the Earth. What are the temperature belts? Last year you have studied in the Africa lesson. What are the belts? Torrid zone, temperate zone, polar zone. This all. Okay. Now again we will revise that. Okay, let us know that the earth has the axis. The axis is inclining, that means tilting. You know that 23.5 degrees. And that axis and the spherical shape of the earth, both how affecting the heat of the earth. That means the position of the earth only depends upon receiving of the sun's heat. So, how it is receiving, how those two are helping, that we are going to study now. The solar rays fall straight in portions which face the sun directly. In the previous class we studied about that the tilt position of the earth, 6 months the north position is getting the sun rays, direct sun rays. At the same time, another 6 months, southern part of the earth gets the direct sun rays. So, which portion faces towards the sun directly, and it creates an angle of 90 degrees at the straight angle as you move away from that portion. That means, suppose one of the area 2, you are moving towards the north or maybe south. It creates an angle, you know that. But where it is straightly it's falling, there we get the more temperature. So the angle keeps increasing as we move towards the two poles. You know that in equatorial area, the solar rays gets the direct rays. But as we are moving towards the north pole or south pole, the angle increases, automatically the temperature decreases. As a result, it is hotter in the areas which face the sun directly. Which area faces the sun? Directly it gets the hot. Unless as we are going to higher elevations, that means, higher latitudes. That means North Pole or South Pole, as we are moving, it receives the less sun rays as per the angle. Now, as a result of the tilt of the axis, the area which faces the sun directly keeps shifting throughout the year. Actually, the angle, whatever it is there, which is facing the sun directly, it won't be stable. You know that. Always it may moves. You know. Okay, Earth is always moving. It's maybe rotation or revolution. In March, the sun shines directly over the equator. Already I taught in the previous class, in the month of March and September, the sun gets direct rays on equator. On those 2 months, almost both the hemispheres gets the equal sun rays or the heat. While in the June, it shines directly over the Tropic of Cancer. Actually, I said we get the summer in the month of June. Why we are getting that? Because of the Earth's tilt position. The June month, Tropic of Cancer is totally direct to the sun. So that Tropic of Cancer is passing through India, middle of the India, you know that. Because of that reason, India is getting the direct sun rays. Not only India, Tropic of Cancer, whatever around the earth, wherever it is there, those areas get the direct rays of the sun in the northern hemisphere in the month of June. So that is actually summer time. At the same time, then September, the earth travels further around the sun. Again, direct rays on the equator. First March, then June, then September. In the September, it gets that direct rays on equator. So automatically on the from the equator to north and south, both the hemisphere gets the almost equal temperatures. Again in the December, actually the Earth's position will change. The tilt position, southern portion gets the direct to sun and northern portion far away from the sun. That is in the month of December. So automatically what happened? Southern hemisphere, Tropic of Capricorn is there. It gets the direct rays of the sun. So that hemisphere gets the hot and northern hemisphere is the cool. Because of that reason only we feel winter in the month of December. Okay. June 21st. Actually the months we studied now. Now you come to know that these are the particular days, which day we get the totally longest day or longest night, that we are going to study. June 21st, on the Tropic of Cancer, it is the summer in the northern hemisphere. That day is the longest day in the northern hemisphere. At the same time, we have winter in the December now. Opposite. Actually, at the month of June, northern hemisphere summer means at that time southern hemisphere gets the winter. At the same way, in the month of December, the sun rises on the Tropic of Capricorn. That means in the southern hemisphere, it is winter for us because we are far away from the sun. At the same time, southern hemisphere gets the summer. That is December 22nd. It is the longest night for us, and for the southern hemisphere longest day for them, southern hemisphere. Okay, the same way June 21st longest day, shortest night for us, and southern hemisphere longest night and shortest day for them, winter. Same way December 22nd in the northern hemisphere shortest day and longest night. The same way opposite to the southern hemisphere. But March 21st and September 23rd, sun on the equator. That means those 2 days the sun rays gets the equator. Direct rays will be direct rays are getting by the equator, by the sun on those 2 days. Because of that reason those 2 days are called equal day and nights. Because of that reason these two are called equinoxes. That means those 2 days, March 21st and September 23rd, are called equinoxes. You see that picture? This is the earth and this is the axis. This is the tilt position, 23.5 degrees here to here. You see that. And here is the equator. Here it is Tropic of Cancer, and this Tropic of Cancer is getting direct sun rays from the sun. Because of that reason, in the month of June we have the summer, that is summer solstice. At the same time you see that opposite, here southern hemisphere is facing towards the sun. Because of that reason, in the month of December, here it is the winter and here it is the summer. At the same time, the sun rays are, here you see that in the month of March and in the month of September, the sun rays, equator is getting the direct sun rays. Because of that, totally northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere of those 2 days gets the equal day and nights. That's why equinoxes. At the same time, you see that this is winter for us and summer for southern hemisphere. And here in the June month, that is summer for us and winter for southern hemisphere. And here for us March month, spring. At the same time, for the southern hemisphere it is autumn. At the same time, September month for us autumn, and for the southern hemisphere it is spring. So opposite climatic conditions we can see as per the revolutions. Okay. Now March 21st and September 23rd. Throughout the world, day and nights already I taught this. And the belt within which the direct rays of the sun fall at some time of the year or the other. You know that sometimes here we are getting the Tropic of Cancer, we are getting the direct sun rays. Sometimes Tropic of Capricorn, we are getting the direct sun rays. Sometimes on the equator we are getting. Okay, you know that. So as per this, the areas were divided into temperature wise, the areas were divided. The area between Tropic of Cancer to Tropic of Capricorn, it is called the torrid zone or torrid zone. That is totally too hot. Okay, and it is also called a tropical belt also. At the same time, beyond are the belt extending from Tropic of Cancer to Arctic Circle, Tropic of Capricorn to Antarctic Circle, that area actually called temperate zone. That means where it is gets that warm in summers but also very cool in winters, that area. It is called the temperate zone, you see that. And if further we move Arctic Circle to North Pole and the Arctic Circle to South Pole, it is called the frigid zone or polar region. So like that, on the earth we have three climatic belts or three types of belts we can find. That is tropical belt, temperate belt and polar belt. As if you can say that torrid zone, temperate zone, frigid zone, even polar region, whatever it is, that we can utilize. Different names are there, okay. And this region is away from the sun during winter months and does not even get any sunshine in the day. That is, for 6 months there is no sun on the poles. Actually, on the poles, polar region, 6 months as the position of the sun, you can see that position of the earth. 6 months the northern hemisphere is totally far away from the sun. And at that time, month of the December, you know, we are getting the winter. At that time, the North Pole area, suppose, get a sunshine in the day, for 6 months they won't get the sunlight. That means day and night totally they won't get the sunlight, but they get the reflected light, that is from aurora australis. That means maybe some of the stars, actually those are, and maybe from the sun, the reflected light they'll get it in the day and night. At the same time, whatever the area which is facing, that means the southern hemisphere or maybe northern hemisphere, 6 months constantly faces towards the sun, that area gets 24 hours day and night sunlight. Okay, there they won't have the darkness. They won't have even night also, night time also. 24 hours they get the sunlight. That is called horizon. The sun does not rise high in the sky, but actually how we can see that a totally ball of sun from in our area, like that they cannot see in that area, because it is half of the sun rising they can see, stays just above the sunrise point. Total sun they cannot see. That means suppose you go for the beach, you can see that, you feel that sky and water, beach, the sea water is joining somewhere. That is called horizon. The same way, even northern or the southern hemisphere, what happens? The sun will not rise totally high. It looks like that sun is rising, half proportionally they can see. That is called the horizon. And because of that reason, they are getting slanting rays now. They never get very hot. Almost it's cool only. Even they get day and night, the sun. Now this is the time for assignment. When are day and night equal throughout the world? It is on March 21st and September 23rd. When is the sun in the Tropic of Cancer? June 21st. Which belt is Andhra Pradesh located? Andhra Pradesh is there down of Tropic of Cancer. So it is in the tropical belt. Which latitude? And the December 22nd, that is Tropic of Capricorn. That's all for today, children. Bye.